so empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step.
Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Ian and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and let's get right into this new Quillen gameplay where actually he got nerfed today. If you guys have been living under a rock for the past 24 hours, Quillen, and along with all the other OP heroes such as Darcy, Florentino, all those heroes except for Hayate. Hayate, he actually got a buff, or more of a fix, where his true damage can now crit again. It should have been able to crit, but it actually wasn't working in the NA server. Now it can crit, and he is much more dangerous. Anyways, let's get right into this game where the Kali actually dies to the enemy Natalia. So we suspect that they're going to invade us, of course, because the Kali died. And yeah, as soon as we walk in here, we get blasted by that Natalia combo. But then we get killed or stunned, and we just die instantly. A lot of people, you know, like, some people say that I should just solo all my games to make videos, but guys, this is a lot of the reason why I can't. As soon as people recognize me, they just send everybody into my jungle because they know they need to shut down my jungle if they want to win, pretty much. Like, I'm serious, like, that Ryoma was going to invade my red if I started on my blue side. That's just how these people always want to be invading me. It's pretty crazy, but that's how it is. Anyways, I am trying to give you guys these solo gameplays. This one is solo. And enough about that. We're just trying to showcase how Quillen is after his nerf. And I think he's still pretty good. I like him. He's still one of my favorite heroes. I honestly can't really tell too much of a nerf. The late game damage, you can tell slightly. Like, the scaling has been a bit nerfed. And as we can see, Natalia here being super aggressive, and we kind of want to get some payback for her camping our blue there, so of course we're just going to jump onto her. Use our punish to kill her even faster. Guys, always, like I say, always be using your punishes to kill people that you are ganking. The only exception would pretty much be when there's a huge objective coming up, or say if I wanted to do dragon after that gank, I would have saved frostbite or punish, whatever. But honestly, that's something I struggle with myself, you know, saving onto punish, so it wouldn't be necessarily too bad if you just punished whenever you wanted to secure a kill. Anyways, we're just going back into our jungle, where actually our rotation is a bit, not a bit, it is definitely completely messed up at this point now that we got invaded and we started on our red. Now it's not just a clean little cycle, it's very all over the place. They actually got the dragon there while we were getting our blue, and we can see the Omen's lane here with the Lubu, so of course we're going to jump onto this Lubu, guys. If you ever have an Omen in your lane, just always try to keep camping around there. It's always just free kills. I think I go back like another once or twice, and here you can see my support Zephyrs. Yes guys, we have a support Zephyrs this game. End of the season is just crazy with the amount of low elo people that are able to just come up here. And as we jump onto this Ryoma there, which is a pretty terrible mistake, we actually get super low off of that. So we're going to be needing to use our ultimate and maybe a healing pack under the mid tower in order to get our HP back up. But right now, let's just worry again about farming. We did have that awful start, and now we are 3-1. One death, of course, being where we got camped in our own jungle. Seriously, guys, a lot of the times I like to solo queue. I used to love solo queue, like I would do it for a pretty long time. I'm sure you guys know ALG MTS, old ALG. He went to Korea recently to play for KOG. I got an invite as well, but I had to decline to finish my schooling. Anyways, he is in Korea now, but when he was here, me and him would always be soloing and kind of go versus each other, get each other on the same team, and it was really fun. But now whenever I solo, it's just versus 3 stacks that camp my jungle like this. Anyways, I can see the Ryoma right here, so I'm instantly just going to jump onto him. See, he's using his ultimate there. I should have basic attacked, but I was just standing around for fun. Actually, I don't even know what I was doing there while I was just standing around, but I definitely could have killed him had I been basic attacking him and using my combos while he was turned around to use that ultimate. So, big mistake on my part. Would have been 4-1 right now, the one death being where we got invaded. But at least we did get him super low to the point where they couldn't invade that blue, because as you saw, they were chasing down my Omen with everything they had there, and if I didn't chunk out or show myself to the Ryoma, then he would have then they would have all just been in my jungle at that point, taking the blue for free because it wouldn't have been contested. Here we get seen from the vision bird. We're not able to hop into our ultimate yet, but Gilder tried to launch a projectile at us. We actually were able to avoid that because he thought we stayed in that bush. We see the drags up right now. That might be a possibility, but also we see that Natalia is just camping that bush. We see she doesn't come out because of Zephy's vision, so we know she's still in there, and sure enough, we were able to kill her, or at least the Zephy's is. Anyways, I kind of want to do the dragon right after that kill, so I'm going to just jump on this, guys. Also, if you guys don't know, if you guys have been living under a rock, like I said, or haven't read the patch notes, you know, there's some patch notes on Reddit if you guys want to be seeing everything about this patch. It's quite a bit of information, so I would definitely suggest that anyone who hasn't read them to read it. The dragon now has a buff that it gives you where your basic attacks and skills deal extra magic damage. You know, red buff, it's basically a red buff for everyone who is around the dragon and deals damage, the team that gets it. So if I get it, my teammate on the other side of the map will not have this new special buff, but anyone who helped me take that dragon on my team, of course, you know, if we get the dragon and the enemy team was hitting it, that doesn't mean the enemy team is going to be getting the buff. It's only the team that gets the dragon. Hope I explained that okay, but yeah, it's pretty much a red buff that will deal damage. You can see it's the little purple icon next to my Soul Reaver and blue buff. Also, blue buff and red buff got neat little icons too that I actually enjoy. They look pretty sick, so nice job to the developers. This was a pretty good patch, I would say so. You know, they gave all OP heroes a slight nerf, and anyways, we can see that this there, we just burst her down like she's nothing. And right now, you can't even tell that we got invaded and killed in our jungle. We instantly just jump onto the sentinel, and Lubo hops over the wall there. And look at those jumps, guys. Those jumps are super, super long. They give him another buff this patch, and as we jump onto the Lubu, but we deal no damage. He has so much armor at this point that we really couldn't finish him off there. You can see him recalling under tower there. Thinking about going behind them at this point, but really it was just way too dangerous, so I decided, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to be doing that. I just go and turn around through the back again, and guys, you can see that we just got lit up. As soon as we went on that Gilder, we got Gilder ult stunned, then we also got Talanis CC'd, and it was just not a good time for us. We can see this huge wave bot, but this Lubu that recalled a second before is now on us. I want to leave, of course, because I don't want to risk getting flickered on. I kind of suspected that he might have done that, but luckily our ult was coming up soon, so we could just escape right away as soon as we realized, okay, he is full HP and he is defending lane. Anyways, guys, look at this Natalia right there. What was she thinking, guys? As soon as some people, just as soon as they see me in any ranked, they always just want to be invading me. It is just so annoying. You can see what she was doing right there. It's like as soon as my buff comes up, she's there before I am. Completely ridiculous. Anyways, I suspect that they're doing the dragon here, so I use my ultimate, and sure enough, the Tell is right here. We're going to hit her, finish her off with the help of the drag, I think, actually. She was left at 1 HP, which had me a bit worried, but we were able to kill her, and of course, we're going to take this drag now for ourselves. Actually pick up our rank breaker there. I'm going to check into the jungle, and I'm waiting for the Natalia here. I was thinking that maybe instead of clearing mid first, she was going to clear to this blue, but actually you can see she was just sitting there in the jungle. And now I'm like 1 HP because I just ate her full combo. Anyways, I'm not going to stay around to try and contest that blue any longer. Way too dangerous with the amount of HP that I had, so I'm just going to back off and clear my jungle, get my HP back, hop around with my ulti, and already you can't even tell that we were just 1 HP a second ago. So yeah, again, top is looking pretty low, so we want to be focusing on that a bit more. We're going to be able to get Sentinel here. See Natalia rotating up, so we're just going to ult over the wall, jump onto her, and she tries to ulti as a last resort. We're able to dive the Talanis there under tower. You can see the Gilder here too, that's why I saved the dash. Guys, if you dash into a bush on Quillen, it's not the best, because a lot of the time when you dash into a bush, even if you basically like are right on top of the enemy, it won't deal any damage. So it's not good to waste your second skill like that, it's just generally better to go inside of the bush first, and then sorry, because I'm stuttering right now. When you are in your ult form on Quillen and you use a second skill in a bush knowing an enemy's there, at least from my personal experience, a lot of the time it doesn't even work and nothing happens. It basically just puts you in the bush and you deal no damage. You're still in ult form, of course, but now you have no second skill, which is pretty bad. So generally, when you are on Quillen, you want to be running into bushes first, or in the Gilder's case, as you could see there, I just waited a bit because I knew he was in there and waited for him to pop out, and then of course we just jumped onto him and we were able to deal some pretty significant damage to him under the tower. And as you can see, the Lube is right here. We can also see that the dragon is up, so we're going to hit this, and we can see the Ryoma's here now, and actually it looks like he's trying to get to our Violet. Of course, like we learned from our mistakes last time, as soon as that Ryoma goes into his ult form, we are just going to hit his back. And you can see there, guys, that instead of hitting that Lubu right away, I kind of just stayed in ult form, looking to see what she was trying to do. Also wanted to regen some HP. You can see they're fighting in their core right now. The Omen and the Natalia are pretty low. We see this Gilder right here, so we just instantly jump onto him, but he ults onto us. Gilder is actually a pretty good counter to the Quillen, just because of his ulti and pretty high CC and damage. Really can't do much versus him. And now, guys, we're 15-1. But you see there's a lot of the video left. That's because there are some surprises coming. Again, we're just going to hop onto this Sentinel. We couldn't really end there because 3 of them were up. I'm going to clear this top lane also, pick up some more gold, hoping to get our very last item. Looking back, we probably should have done Dark right there. I'm not sure why we didn't, but you can see there Ryoma is just up here being super greedy, trying to clear the wave, and we're able to kill him pretty quickly. Yeah, we were able to kill that Ryoma pretty quickly, but can't even tell really that Quillen was nerfed that huge. Anyways, Lubu's typing right there, so we're just going to jump onto him to wake him up. He just hops away after that. Lubu really took no damage, so I was looking at how much armor they have, and he actually has like 900 armor, which is ridiculous at this point. Our measly rank breaker can't really do anything to that. We need the Muramasa. Anyways, we get super greedy there, and we try to jump onto the Lubu, and we actually fall. I try to go away after I revive, but the Gilder lands a nice stun, and we actually die off of that. Super annoying, but not much we can really do. He would have definitely died if we did have Muramasa. You can see right there that I just realized that instantly and pre-ordered the Muramasa even while I'm dead. I don't even think I have enough gold when I first get up. I need to like clear a jungle camp or two, but I was pretty frustrated with how little damage I was really doing to that Lubu, because 900 armor. Obviously he was still building that Mantle of Ra, which is kind of questionable. I'm not really sure about the side lane builds anymore, because as we know, Mantle of Ra was nerfed pretty hard. Actually, he didn't even build Mantle of Ra, now that I'm checking. He didn't even build Mantle of Ra. He just went straight for like first item Aegis or something. What even is that full armor garbage? But I guess it works pretty well when you have a Zephy support who is also dealing physical damage. Kind of need to rely on the Kali. Anyways, we try to jump onto the Lubu, and again we deal no damage, and we are just lit on fire by the Natalia combo, by the Talanis. Takes Talanis like 3 shots at this point. I was thinking that we might actually lose here, so I'm just pinging Pakistan ping attack. I do this all the time, guys. I don't know why. For some reason, when I try to ping retreat, it always pings attack. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. I guess I'm just not doing it correctly. But I wonder how many people I've killed on accident, just telling them to attack when I really meant retreat. Anyways, you can see Talanis lands a nice stun as soon as the Kali comes out of her immunity, which kills her, and Violet is the last defender, but it's fine because the Kali did clear the wave with her ulti on her way out. I know that they're on the drag at this point, but honestly, there's nothing I can do. We have no vision. If I go in there alone, I won't be able to do anything. I ulti, just looking to check, but I can see right below me that the minion wave was coming, so I knew that they just saw me and there was no point. Also, it was a bit too late because they did take the dragon already, like we suspected. So, very unfortunate, but to retaliate, we need to take something bigger, also known as the Dark Slayer. So we're just going to hop on this. And guys, this also changed. Dark Slayer spawns at 7 minutes now, and instead of 5-minute intervals of it spawning, it spawns in 3-minute intervals. So the Dark Slayer is now just pretty much a gold farm, really. It will help you guys in the late game, just getting more and more gold. Pretty useful now. And they also upped the Drake damage. But you can see they're all around mid, and we have no tank right now that our support Zephyrs has died. So I'm just going to position around here, looking to kill the Natalia or the Talanis if one of them walks back here to clear this top wave. I can see that the top is pushing, so I'm just kind of relying on them to come back here. And unfortunately, they're actually pushing bot. So as soon as I see that, I'm going to be clearing the mid wave, just going to jump back into the bush and then hit that recall button because I need to help my team defend. I'm not going to be pushing towers. You can see the Omen right there as well, also just recalls. You can see the Kali there, again with her ultimate, she's just able to clear the wave. One of the best parts about a Kali. And as you can see, the Talanis is right here. We actually get Ring of the Fiended though. We jump onto her, and guys, look at how slow we are. We instantly sell our revive and we buy Hercules, but we get stunned as soon as we come back, and the slow is just too much from the Hyoga's edge that the Talanis has. We don't deal enough damage either due to that, and we actually fall without killing anyone. 4 people are down at this point. The only person left is Omen, and his clearing is not too great, to say the least. Violet is now up too, but what she can do in this stage is also pretty questionable. Both of them die, and they now have minions in our base, and that looks like the game. So this was a loss, so GG, but you can see that we were just putting in so much work in that early to mid game. Late game, you can tell that the damage did scale off a little bit, like on that Talanis, but we were able to do some pretty nice work despite getting that early invaded. We got invaded, we got killed very early game, and we were able to make a pretty good comeback into that match, which should have been a loss, but we turned it around for most of the time. Anyways, I hope this guide helped you all, and I will see you all tomorrow in the next video. Peace out, everybody.